Hello friends, if you are preparing for UTME 2026, please listen to me carefully. Many have walked this Jamb road before you. Some walked it with fear, some walked it without knowledge, and many stumbled, not because they were foolish, but because they were unprepared. I know this road because I have walked it myself. My name is Jamb, a third-year medical student of Madubele University Zaria. If you are new here on this channel, thank you for joining this growing community. Subscribe, like, and share this video with UTME candidates. And for the previous subscribers, thank you for staying with us. Let's get right into the video. During my time, I sat down for the UTME mock exam, very confident in my strength, only to rise up humbled by a score of 243. I had to pause and reflect deeply about my condition at that time, because I knew the course I was going in for. Today, I want to walk you through this, not as someone who is perfect, but as someone who has learned. So if you really want to know the way you can avoid the common mistakes that cost others so much, stay with me in this video. So as the title of this video says, I'm going to guide you through most of the things you need to know, the very important things you need to know as you prepare for your Jamb exam. Number one is understanding UTME itself. Now, there is a common mistake UTME aspirants make. It's not that they are dull, it's not that they are lazy. The mistake is how they understand UTME. Many people think UTME is sent to test how brilliant you are, how fast you can think, and how sharp your brain is. But listen to me today. UTME is not primarily an intelligence test. If it were, many people who actually score very high in their secondary school classes would never fail it, but we all know that's not the case. UTME is sent to test something very deeper. It tests discipline. Can you study even when you don't even feel like it? It tests consistency. Can you show up every day even when you don't even feel like it? It tests humility. Can you follow instructions, learn patterns, and accept that you actually don't know everything? Think about that very well. Because once you understand what the examiners want, the exam will not look scary anymore. You have to realize that they are not asking you to become a genius. They are asking you to be trained. UTME rewards students who practice past questions, the one who studies the syllabus, the one who respects time, the one who listens and adjusts. And when understanding enters your preparation, fear leaves. And you stop guessing, you stop jumping from one strategy to another. That is when you really start preparing for purpose. So before you buy another textbook, before you download another app, before you complain about how hard UTME is, ask yourself this simple question. Do I truly understand what this exam wants from me? Because once you do, you are already halfway to success. The second thing is choice of institution. Another mistake many UTME candidates make is not in their reading, but it is in their choice of institution. This is where many dreams get delayed. Yes, not destroyed, just delayed. A lot of students choose schools the way people choose phone wallpapers, because it looks nice, because everyone is talking about it, because their friend is going there. For the purpose of this video and for the purpose of what I will be saying in this point, I would want you to understand that choice of institution is not only made when you are filling the Jamb form. You can still apply for change of institution even when the Jamb results are out. So let me tell you this. Your choice of institution must match your reality. Many candidates score very low in Jamb and still choose schools that regularly picks people that really score high in their UTME. Then they'll start praying, fast, and hope for a miracle. Now listen, miracles happen, but there are just some problems that you can intuitively prevent from even happening. That is why you have your eyes, your ears, your brain, and all the resources available for your use. Some people ignore cut-off trends, they ignore the competition in schools, they ignore catchment areas, they ignore the number of applicants per course, and when the list come out, their name will not be there. Not because they failed UTME, but because they actually didn't understand the system. Here's a simple illustration. Two students score the same mark, let's say 250. The first one chooses a school where 250 is competitive, but it's possible. The other one chooses a school where 250 is barely noticed. The first one gets admission, and the other one waits and waits and waits and waits. Same score, but different understanding in their choice of institution. Another common mistake is choosing a school without thinking of the course. Someone wants medicine, the school admits 150 people or 150 students for medicine, and over 5,000 students came to apply. That's not just an exam, it's a battle. You have to ask yourself, is there another school where my score will speak louder? Is there a course combination that gives me better chances? Can I start strong, that is apply to another school and still end up where I'm going? See, where you start in every journey is important too, but that's not the final destination. Many successful people did not start in the most popular schools. They started where opportunity met preparation. So before you choose your institution, don't ask only, is this school my dream school? Also ask, is this school realistic for my score, my course, and this year? Because a wise choice can actually save you one full year of staying at home. So please choose wisely. The number 3 thing I want to talk about is the UTME syllabus. See, these days, one of the most ignored tools in UTME preparation is the UTME syllabus. Some people have actually heard what UTME syllabus is, but they've not started using it. Now, let me slow down and explain this very well. The UTME syllabus is simply a list of topics and their subtopics, and Jamb has promised, in fact, they always set questions from it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yet, many students read textbooks as if there is no promise at all. They just read whatever they see. They read everything, they read everywhere, and they read blindly. And this is very, very exhausting. Imagine working at night without a lamp. You move slowly. You will be careful, but you will still stumble. This is exactly how students study without the syllabus. They work very hard, but they are still unsure. They spend hours, but they lack direction. They read plenty, but it's only little that sticks. See, the syllabus is not just a paper, it's not just a list of topics, but it's light. It tells you where to step your foot and when where not to waste your energy. See, you don't need to know everything to pass UTME. You only need to know what matters. When I was preparing, there are some textbooks I didn't finish. I only read what the syllabus pointed to. If a topic was not in the syllabus, I would not even suffer myself to read it. And if there's any topic there, I would focus on it seriously. And then something changed. Every topic I mastered felt like clearing another stone from the road, and the path becomes smoother because my confidence grew as I discovered I'm actually making progress. Meanwhile, many students make this mistake. They'll say, I'll read the whole book first. But that's not what really matters. Another mistake students make is waiting until later to check the syllabus. They've heard about UTME syllabus, but then they are just waiting till when UTME is closed. By then, time will be gone, and then they will not have the energy to just follow everything and read it again. Then confusion will now enter. See, start with the light of UTME syllabus. So before you open any textbook, before you buy another note, before you complain that UTME is wide, get the UTME syllabus. I'll put the link to Jamb portal in the description of this video. Get the UTME syllabus. Let it guide you. Let it limit you and let it protect your efforts. The number 4 thing I want to talk about is subject strategy. Let's talk about subject strategy. There are subjects you naturally pay less attention to, not because you hate them, but because you can understand them easily. And there are subjects you know deep within yourself that they will give you a hard time if you ignore them. Everyone has strong hands and weak knees. Some subjects flow. You read it once and you've gotten everything. Others demand patience, repetition, and time. The common mistake many students make is this. They spend all their time on the subjects they already like, because it feels good, because it boosts confidence. But UTME doesn't mark feelings, it doesn't mark your feelings, it marks your good answers. See, ignoring your weak subjects does not make them disappear, or does not tell Jamb to remove them from the syllabus. It only makes your exam day very hard for you. I'm sure you don't want that. When I was preparing for my UTME, I didn't run away from my weak areas. I faced them early when there was still time to fail, adjust, and improve. I asked questions, I practiced more, and I was very patient with myself. And slowly, what once scared me began to respond. Another mistake is waiting until Jamb is closed before you start facing the difficult subjects. By then, pressure will be high and there will be tension. Of course, there is an extent to which that adrenaline rush when your exam is closed can help you, but that is not the best thing to do. The best thing to do is to face your weaknesses very early. Now, hear me clearly. Do not pray for strength and refuse discipline. Prayer will open the door for you, but it is discipline that will walk you through the doors. God helps those who prepare faithfully, those who show up daily, those who do the hard work quietly, and those who don't skip what is uncomfortable. So friend, please know your strength, but guard your weaknesses, because in UTME, it is balance that wins. Number 5, study timetable. Let me tell you something honest. I did not always feel motivated. There were days where I was honestly tired. Days I didn't feel like opening a book, but I stayed consistent. That is the mistake many people overlook. I understood something then. Good instructions are not enough. Structure is what will really keep you. A study timetable is not meant to impress anyone. It's not for Instagram, it's not for your friends. It is meant to serve you, to serve this purpose. Many students make this mistake. They will copy another person's timetable. Same hours, same pattern, same subjects, but different lives. Listen carefully. Your timetable must be your own. You don't have to follow anyone else. You don't have to follow a fixed, strenuous pattern that someone else set for his own reading that will eventually break you. If you concentrate better in the morning, build around that. And if your strength is at night, plan wisely. If you need breaks, include them. A timetable is not a prison. It's your guide. Another mistake which I know someone watching this now will also make is waiting till you feel like it before creating a timetable. See, if you really want to be serious, you have to be consistent. Seriousness grows inside consistency, not before it. Even if you want to study for just 2 hours every day, you still have time. Do it every day, because small efforts done daily is what will yield big results. You may not see the results immediately, but they are forming quietly. And one day, you will look back and realize that what felt small was building something big. Be faithful in the little things, and much will follow. Number 6 is how to study. Hear this. Do not read to finish. Read to understand. Many students rush through pages every day just to feel productive. They count the chapters they read that day. They count the number of hours they read that day. But on your exam day, they are not going to ask you how long you studied or how much you studied. They are going to ask you what stayed with you. Understanding is actually slower, but it is stronger. If you are studying mathematics, practice until numbers stop frightening you. Don't run from questions. Stay with them. Try again and again. When studying your English, read every day, not just to pass, but to grow familiar with words, topics. Let comprehension become your habit, and let vocabulary become your friend. For physics, chemistry, and all those science subjects, don't cram formulas without knowing their meaning. Understand the concepts until questions begin to feel familiar, like places you visited before. A common mistake students make is chasing speed before clarity. They want to cover everything quickly, but confusion travels faster than understanding. See, slow down enough for learning to actually settle. When knowledge stays only in your head, you become afraid when application comes. But when it settles in your heart, my God, fear lives quietly. You will walk into the exam hall gently. Questions will not look strange to you anymore, and you will just be picking the answers steadily. Number 7, I want to talk about past questions. Now, let me share something many people don't realize. Jamb is predictable. Yes, Jamb is predictable, but it's only those who pay attention that will realize this. Past questions are not just for practice, they are mirrors. They show you how Jamb thinks, what they repeat, what they twist, and what they always test again and again. A mistake many students make is they treat past questions like magic. They will rush to cram the answers, hoping the same questions will appear in their exams. Even if they do appear, they won't be exactly the same. When I began to study past questions properly, I began to notice some things. I started noticing some things. I started noticing patterns and topics that Jamb always repeats. And also the ways those questions were framed. I started understanding them. And that was how I became more confident. Another common mistake many students make is cramming the answers, memorizing the answers without knowing why those things are the answers. Don't study the past questions to know only the correct options. Know why the correct options are the correct options, and know why the wrong answers are the wrong answers. This is how you train yourself when you study the past questions. And also, UTME does not repeat questions word for word. They repeat ideas, logics, and patterns. And this is what you look out for when you study the past question. And when you are looking out for these things as you are studying the past question, you are no longer guessing. Past questions teaches you how to think like the examiner. So don't just rush past them. Sit down with them, review them, and learn from them. Wisdom is hidden in those patterns, and those who pay attention will find them. Number 8, mock exam. When you are filling your Jamb form, make sure you tick the box for mock. That simple decision saved me from making many mistakes in my main exam. Mocks are meant to prepare you. Just be humble and learn. Many students avoid mock exam because they are afraid of low scores. They don't want to get discouraged. They don't want their confidence to be broken. But hear this truth, it is better to be corrected early than surprised later. My mock score really hurt me then, but it showed me the gaps that I didn't notice before. It showed me the gaps that I didn't want to see. But that pain healed me before the main exam. So when mock results are out, review your mistakes and adjust your strategy. Just like past questions, mock exams are also mirrors. Mock exams review your weaknesses while there's still time. If you fall during practice, you will not fall during battle. From your mock exams, you can master your timing, manage pressure, and be calm in the exam hall. So please don't ignore mock. The last thing I want to talk about before we end this video is common mistakes that students make in Jamb. Let's talk about those small things that many people ignore. Some students do not fail because they lack knowledge. They fail because they lack caution. They rush at the last minute. They try to cover everything overnight. They abandon their plan out of fear. Others listen to rumors. Hey, this subject is not coming. Hey, this subject is easy. You don't hear this one. Jamb will be different this year. They just talk from here to here to here and confusion enters. Another common mistake is panic and fear. When calmness is required, they begin to fear. They begin to panic. Their hands will begin to shake. They will rush through questions they actually understand. But hear this. Fear grows when preparation is weak. And preparation silences fear. A well-prepared mind is steady. It does not jump at noise. It does not rush under pressure. So be steady. Trust your preparation. Trust what you have prepared. Follow instructions carefully. Read questions twice. Also, learn to manage your time wisely, because it is often not the big mistakes that cost marks. It is the small, careless ones. And those who stay calm, they will walk out stronger. Finally, dear 2026 Jambites, there will be days you are tired. Still, don't stop. There will be moments you will doubt yourself. Still, don't quit. Preparation is not always loud. Most times, it is quiet, hidden, faithful. So do your part daily and patiently. Read when it's easy, read when it is hard, and trust God fully. Not halfway. Not only when you feel confident. Stay disciplined and let your results speak for you. There is a season for sowing and there is a season for results. When the time comes, your results will speak louder than your fears, even louder than the rumors and the doubts. And then you realize that the journey was not wasted. So do not grow weary. What you are building is real. This is life. If this video helped you, share it. Someone else is waiting for clarity. Prepare well, walk humbly, and remember, you are not late, you are only becoming. It doesn't matter the number of times you've written Jamb before. Just try again. And this time with clarity. Thank you.